we're going to be on page 15 of the application guide, which is criteria number 1. And it is the regional park summary. For this criteria, applicants will identify their project site acreage and describe how it qualifies as a regional park. That's by being either 50 acres of open space or by having a feature that attracts visitors from at least a 20-mile or county-wide radius. And that is defined in the back of the guide as a regional park. So either 50 acres of open space or by having a feature that attracts visitors from at least a 20-mile or county-wide radius. You'll notice that this is a 7-point question. So as long as your site qualifies as a regional park, the application will receive 7 points. Now let's turn to page 54 for some additional technical assistance. Project selection criteria number 1 guidance is here at the top of the page. And as you can see, the applicant is going to address how the site itself is considered a regional park. We understand that some smaller parks, even less than 50 acres, still can have a regional draw due to a unique recreational opportunity. So if that's the case, these parks can still qualify for this program as regional parks, as they'll have a regional or county-wide draw. These qualifiers help us uphold the intent of the program, which is to create, expand, or improve regional parks. So again, as long as your site meets one of these qualifiers, you will obtain the maximum of 7 points as shown on that scoring rubric on page 15. Okay, so now we're going to turn back into the project selection criteria number 2 on page 16. Now that you've established that the site is indeed a regional park, the intent of this criterion is to identify how the project, which is the recreation features and major support amenities that you are proposing, so how will the project create or improve a regional destination? This criterion is a 2-column chart to fill out, which can be seen above the scoring rubric here. And the first column identifies the proposed recreation features, and the second column describes why these proposed features will attract visitors and be a regional destination. So is it through historic, cultural, natural, scenic, or athletic features? This is your chance to tell us here in this criteria. So on page 54, Sam, if we can turn back to page 54 for some additional technical assistance. And as you can see here in the middle of the page, this criterion allows the applicant to explain how this project, again, the recreation features, will make the regional park a special destination and people will want to travel from surrounding communities. So just, really tell us what's going to draw them to this regional park. Okay, so let's turn back to page 16. So for the scoring rubric, in order to obtain maximum points, the project, compared to all other statewide applications, will identify recreation features that are unique, are exceptionally significant, or are a highly recognized resource and will attract visitors within the region. Okay, so that summarizes up criteria number 2. And before I turn it over to Adela, Victor, is there anything that you would like to address at this time?
No, Natalie, no questions. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. So I'll turn it over to Adela.
Thank you, Natalie. let's go to
Oh,
pages.
sorry. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go
There
ahead.
was one. There was a question, and that is, um, the question is in the scoring rubric for criteria number 2. Um, who makes the decisions? How are those? Who determines if a project will become unique or highly recognized? What is considered significant of exceptional significance compared to other statewide applications? So the key here is compared to other statewide applications. This will be driven by the competition. And so the best advice we can give you is that when you look at your own region, um, you should come up with a project that's feasible, that you believe based on your expertise in your region will become a unique and highly recognized resource to attract visitors within the region, and is considered to be of exceptional significance for your region. Because if you don't feel that way about your own project based on what you know is going on in the region, it's far less likely that it will also compete well on a statewide scale. So start with your own regional expertise and figure out, talk to local community members, leaders, etc., and say, what can we build in this park or at this site or in this region that's going to become highly recognized, unique, and we strongly feel it's going to be highly successful in attracting visitors from throughout your region. So I would start with that question for yourself, and come up with something that you think is going to be really attractive to all the to your region wide population. Okay, thank you.